On behalf of the Washburn University Board of Regents, the faculty, administration, and staff, I welcome you to this commencement in Washburn University's 153rd year. And now, please stand and join members of the Washburn Singers under the direction of Dr. Kevin Kellum in the singing of our national anthem. Please be seated. I want to thank Dr. Kellum, who conducted the choir. The music department is such an important part of Washburn, and we are so pleased members of the Washburn Singers are here with us today. Let's give them another round of applause. Our university singers will perform again later in the ceremony today. Also, please join me in expressing thanks to Mrs. Norma Pettijohn, organist, and the Washburn Faculty Brass Quintet for providing music today. I would like to direct your attention to the international flags surrounding the commencement platform. In recognizing Washburn University's impact locally, nationally, and globally, the flags that have been posted represent the countries of the world which have had students attend Washburn. These countries are represented by flags above the commencement platform. Flags along the sides of the podium represent countries which currently have students attending Washburn. And now, Miss Alexis Simmons, outgoing president of the Washburn Student Government Association, will introduce the platform party.
To the graduates, congratulations. To the friends and families, thank you for your enduring support. And to the faculty, thank you for the time and effort you constantly give to create an exceptional educational experience at Washburn. I would like to introduce the platform party. Please stand as I call your name and remain standing until all are introduced. Dr. Mark Kaufman, Associate Professor, Social Work Department and Grand Marshal. Dr. Eric Grosbech, Vice President for Student Life. Dr. Richard Litke, Executive Director, Enrollment Management. Mr. Clark Coco, Dean, Washburn Institute of Technology. Mr. Marshall Meek, President, Washburn University Foundation. Dr. Jim Smith, Professor, Social Work Department. Dr. Vicki Kelly, Associate Professor, Allied Health Department. Ms. Cynthia Holthouse, Special Assistant to the President. Dr. Pam Foster, Equal Opportunity Director. Mr. Mark Freed, University Counsel. Mr. Mike Mustaine, President of the Washburn University Alumni Association Board of Directors. Dr. Pat Munzer, Dean, School of Applied Studies. Dr. Laura Stevenson, Dean, College of Arts and Sciences. Dr. David Sollers, Dean, School of Business. Dr. Monica Scheibmeier, Dean, School of Nursing. The Honorable Michelle de la Isla, Mayor of Topeka, Board of Regents. Dr. Julianne Mazachek, Vice President for Academic Affairs. Mr. Terry Beck, Board of Regents. Mr. Brent Bowles, Board of Regents. Mrs. Blanche Parks, Board of Regents. Mr. William Sneed, Board of Regents. Mr. John H. Stauffer, Sr., Honorary Degree Recipient, and Dr. Jerry Farley, President, Washburn University. Please be seated.
Today, one of our platform party members, Dr. Mark Kaufman, Social Work, Associate Professor in the School of Applied Studies, and our Grand Marshal, is retiring after many years of service to Washburn University and its students. Please join me in a round of applause thanking Dr. Kaufman and all other faculty and wishing him well in his retirement. It is now my distinct pleasure to introduce the President of Washburn University, Dr. Jerry Farley.
Hello, everyone, and welcome. Welcome to this grand occasion, to this great celebration today. We are here to mark a milestone in the education of these students. Students, you have reached your goal of obtaining a degree. I hope that is just an interim goal and you have many more similar to this. By doing this, you have earned the right to be proud, to celebrate that achievement with your family, your friends, and indeed our entire academic community. Your success, in large part, is based on your own individual effort. Nonetheless, you could not have achieved this pinnacle without also having supportive parents, family, friends, faculty, and alumni of Washburn. They have served as mentors and role models for you as you now assume more responsibilities as a citizen of our great country. We all congratulate you on a job well done. You have met the expectations you set for yourself. You have learned things on your path to becoming a college graduate that will serve you in your careers and in your life. You will use the skills which you have developed in ways that you may find hard to imagine today. You have likely overcome many hurdles and challenges to be here this morning. Perhaps occasionally you may have had some second thoughts, maybe a little anxiety about your studies and about whether you would be here. Your academic ability, however, has been honed. You can solve word problems. You have mastered athletic skills. You've completed a science project and you've overcome the anxiety of writing that first major paper in your discipline. But you've worked hard. You have developed a discipline to succeed, and you will succeed. Now look around the room. This ceremony is steeped in tradition. The music that Miss Pettyjohn played as we all marched in, the gowns that we are wearing, the funny little hats that you have, the faculty robes and the colorful hoods, the ceremonial march into the arena, and perhaps if you were in some social organizations, the secret handshakes, the oaths of the honorary fraternal organizations. This ceremony, through all of these traditions, will join you with the past and link you to the future. You perpetuate these traditions, but now we're going to ask you to do more. You must join a community outside this cloistered university environment. You'll be required to further develop your skills. Now, leaving Washburn will be a big change in your life. just it was when you first came to Washburn. It was a big change in your life, whether you came from your home of your parents, or whether you have been an individual working and on your own for a number of years. Washburn was going to be a different experience and a big change. All of us in the room understand that change is inevitable. Sometimes it's welcome, sometimes not so much. Change occurs every single day of all of our lives, sometimes in small incremental events and sometimes on a much more global, radical, and swift scale. You have demonstrated that you can change. You have demonstrated that you can look at the environment and make the adjustments necessary for you to accomplish your goals. You have, in many ways, been in the midst of change for your whole life. Now that means that you have to adapt. You have to refresh what you know and what you have learned. When we're in the midst of change, as it races around us, it's difficult to assess what's happening. This is true of individual small changes surrounding our day-to-day activities, and it's also true for those large systemic changes in our environment. An author that I find always challenging and interesting to read, his name is Tom Friedman. He published a book a number of years ago called The World is Flat. He's published another book, this one a little cuter title perhaps, Thank You for Being Late. He suggested in this book that it's not just change which challenges us and intensifies our anxiety. He contends it's the acceleration of change and the resulting flow of ideas is what really challenges our ability as humans to adapt to change. 500 years ago, scientific and technological process was so gradual that it would take 100 years sometimes for the world to look and feel dramatically different. If you were living 500 years ago, you would not notice much change from 600 years ago. It wasn't that different. Primarily, it wasn't different because the change wasn't communicated around the globe very swiftly. Roll forward to the 20th century, and it still took perhaps 20 to 30 years for some of the technology to make its way in a way that would change the way the world functioned and the way we looked at things. Here, think about what happened with automobiles, aircraft, telegraph, manual typewriters. Anybody know what a manual typewriter is? Okay. And mainframe computers. Those were amazing things, but it still took several years for those to make a dramatic change in our lives. Now, the amount of time that it takes from the introduction of something technologically new and the adoption of that technology continues to shrink and has become so short that it's on the order of 5 to 7 years from the time something is introduced to it being ubiquitous and the world being uncomfortably changed because of it. We must adapt to change much more quickly. Instead of taking a generation to adapt to major changes, research shows that it now takes 10 years for us to adapt. But think about that for a moment. The technology is changing on the order of 5 to 7 years, but it takes us 10 years to adapt and adjust. And during that lapse and that between those two periods, we somehow feel a little bit out of control. By the time we get used to a change, the world has moved on, there's a new change. And that makes us even more anxious, makes us even more feeling out of control. Mr. Friedman suggests that changes have reshaped how people create, innovate, collaborate, communicate, and even think. The example he uses and marks from that point, the world changed dramatically, and we have all been a part of that. the most recent technological change that he cites as the source of all that we find anxiety from today. And it was in 2007. And I suspect that all of you have something in your pocket that will remind you of what that change was. What do you think it was? Smartphones. Smartphones. You had more capability in the palm of your hand than citizens have had for centuries and centuries, maybe millennia. That was a huge change, and it occurred in concert with, for the first time, there are over 1 billion internet users. Now just think what a change that can have for us. It's that acceleration of change that has made our lives a little more complicated. Now think about the power of that device you have in your pocket. Everybody likes to compare it to the huge machines of the 1960s through about 1990s. Think of the power that this change occurred. Intel, maker of microprocessors, microchips, in 1971 introduced a microchip that was called the 4004, and it was a magnificent piece of technology. And they continue to upgrade that through today. The latest Intel chip offers 3,500 times more performance than it did 10 years ago. It offers 90,000 times more energy efficiency and 60,000 times lower in cost. This is an enormous rate of change in very few years. Do any of you recall ever seeing a Volkswagen Beetle? 1971, a Volkswagen Beetle. If it had changed and had adapted over that same period of time in that same rate as microchips have, today's Beetle would be able to go 300,000 miles an hour. It would get 2 million miles per gallon of gasoline. It would cost 4 cents on the open market. The speed of improvements have been phenomenal. And roughly speaking, you could drive that car for your entire life on 1 tank of gas. Now you may be asking yourself at this point, why should this be important to me? Well, you are truly a freshly minted graduate. You know and have completed your associate's, baccalaureate, or master's degree and have all the current ideas, all the concepts, all the theories, and you have grown up with rapid change. You understand that. At this point, though, I feel a little anxiety. Perhaps what Winston Churchill said about 70 years ago after the Battle of El Alamein. This is not the end. This period is not the end of technological acceleration. This is not even the beginning of the end. Imagine what you have in front of you. My point is that you must dispel any fleeting thoughts that your education is now complete. It is not over. Now you know that. You know that as well as I do. But I want to emphasize that your education will never, ever, ever end. The acceleration of change will only continue. You must now learn for a lifetime. Your Washburn education will prepare you well for doing that. You are better prepared to embrace the increasing acceleration of change than any generation before you. But you have to keep up, or the generation behind you will overtake you. Your education, your knowledge must continue to grow. You have the skills and you have the talent to succeed in our world of change. I urge you to embrace the concept of lifelong learning. None of us can slow the technological progress that will be made. The only way and the only response you can have to that is to adapt ourselves through continuous learning. Washburn has prepared you for that. You are very talented. You will do some wonderful things in your life for us, and for our country and for the world. And it starts today. Today is not the end. It is not the end of the beginning. You have in front of you multiple opportunities to succeed. Congratulations on your degree. We welcome you as a Washburn alum. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Farley. Regent William Sneed will confer an honorary degree to John H. Stouffer, Sr.
Regent Parks will escort John Stauffer to center stage for the conferring of the honorary Doctor of Humane Letters. We invite everyone to turn to page 26 in your program to read about Dr. Stauffer's accomplishments. Be it known that inasmuch as honorary degrees are awarded to men and women who, because of their scholarly contributions, meritorious public service, or other noteworthy achievements, have come into universal high regard, the Board of Regents of Washburn University does therefore confer upon John H. Stauffer, Sr., the degree Doctor of Humane Letters with all the rights, privileges, and insignia pertaining thereto. In testimony whereof, this diploma is issued with the signature of the President and Chair of the Board of Regents and the seal of the university affixed at Topeka, Kansas on this 12th day of May 2018. Mr. Stauffer, for your leadership, your support of higher education, your dedication to helping others, Washburn University honors you and itself by conferring upon you this honorary degree. In token thereof, I cause you to be vested with the appropriate academic hood and grant you this diploma. Congratulations, sir. Stage is yours.
Thank you very much for this honor. I'm humbled by it, and I do thank Washburn for it. I just want to say one thing to you all. I wish you the great success as you go into the world. You have achieved much so far, but you've got a ways to go. And in your journeys, remember there are others who are a little less fortunate, much less fortunate and often. Take time to help them, to do things for others as well as for your community and for your family. And again, I thank you for this and wish you all great success. Thank you.
The road to graduation from Washburn University should offer students more than the completion of an array of courses that is then rewarded with a diploma. Graduates should be given the opportunity to be transformed by their Washburn experience. The goal of a higher education institution is not to turn out graduates, but to graduate students who turn out to be highly principled citizens who make a difference. Students pursuing an undergraduate degree have the opportunity to participate in up to 4 different transformational experiences. Before graduation, these Washburn transformational experiences are described on page 6 of your program. Today, we would like to recognize those students who have completed 1 or more Washburn transformational experiences by asking them to stand. Will anyone, there. Nope, go ahead and stand. Anyone who's had a transformational experience, please stand. Please join me in recognizing their accomplishments. Thank you, students. You may be seated. Each year, the School of Applied Studies recognizes one student from each academic department with the Award of Excellence Medallion. This award symbolizes noteworthy contributions by a graduating senior in scholarship, community service, international experience, and leadership. Would the following School of Applied Studies 2018 Award of Excellence recipients please stand to be acknowledged? Justina Bayless, Allied Health. Christian Liewer, Criminal Justice and Legal Studies. And Stephanie Rayborn, Social Work. Congratulations, students. Let's please clap with me as we recognize their accomplishments. We are very pleased to have students representing Saudi Arabia and Nepal graduating with degrees from Washburn University at this ceremony. Would our international students from Saudi Arabia and Nepal please stand? You may be seated. Dr. Farley will now introduce the Sibberson Award finalists and recipient for the School of Applied Studies Spring 2018 graduating class.
Thanks to a very generous gift from Erna and Gretchen Sibberson, an award has been established to honor the most deserving and the highest ranking members of the senior class in the undergraduate program at each commencement ceremony. Based on their academic performance, 2 students have been selected as Sibberson Award finalists, and from the School of Applied Study for this spring, 2 students and their accomplishments are listed in your program on page 27. I ask the finalists to stand as I call your name, and please remain standing for a few moments. Justina Bayless. Justina, thank you, Justina. Justina is graduating with a Bachelor of Health Sciences in Health Services Administration. Christian Liewer. Christian is graduating with a Bachelor of Science in Criminal Justice with an emphasis in forensics investigation. To these students and their families and friends, we extend our congratulations on your outstanding academic achievement. You may be seated. The Sibberson Award Committee met recently to review the credentials of these finalists and confirm our recipient. Christian Liewer. Will you come forward and be recognized as the School of Applied Studies Spring 2018 Sibberson Award recipient? Please come forward. Do you have anything to hand here? Maybe you shouldn't come forward. Yeah. Christian is graduating with a Bachelor of Science in Criminal Justice, emphasis in forensics, as I said a moment ago. He will pursue employment as a crime scene technician. I like that idea. Actually, I hope it is as much fun as it appears it is on television. He will perhaps work with local crime laboratories and police departments. He plans on attending graduate school to pursue a master's degree in forensic science. Christian, for your outstanding academic achievement, Washburn University is proud and honored to present you from the School of Applied Studies this spring 2018 Sibberson Award. And that one you're really now we won't.
to honor our Sibberson recipient as well as all our graduates, both here and those who cannot be here. We have a special presentation of a piece that was created specifically for our 150th anniversary celebration, Ichabod's in All We Do. The lyrics to this piece were written by alumna Phyllis Hoffman and can be found on the inside cover of your program.
Washburn, we learn to wander your bright halls, books beneath arms, past peaceful waterfalls, as sunlight gleams, so many dawning dreams echo from the tower, shining every hour. Washburn, Washburn, we vow to care, to strive for justice everywhere, to show our colors bright and true. Ichabod's in all we do. Although we leave your warm embrace, the waiting world is a wondrous place. Washburn, Washburn, we vow to care, to strive for justice everywhere, to show our colors bright and true. Ichabod's in all we do.
Thank you, Dr. Kellerman, singers. We shall now proceed to the conferring of degrees. We ask that parents, relatives, and friends use the area in front to the right of the stage designated for taking photographs, so as not to obstruct the graduates or the professional photographers. Candidates for these degrees will be presented by their academic dean. Will the candidates for the master's degree please rise? President Farley, those before you and in absentia are candidates for a master's degree. I am pleased to present to you now for the conferring of their degrees those who have completed the requirements and have been recommended by the faculty.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of Washburn University, I hereby confer upon those who have completed the requirements the appropriate master's degree with all the honors, rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. Please be seated. You will be directed to come forward by the marshals.
President Farley, I present to you the candidates for the Master of Arts, the Master of Criminal Justice, the Master of Health Science, and the Master of Social Work degrees.
Please come forward.
Master of Arts in Human Services, Karen Sexer. Chelsea Ajuka Anukum. Kelly June Cochran. David Wayne Turnbull.
Master of Health Science.
Just a second.
Sandra K. Chelsea. Catherine Moulton Escabel.
I'm just going to shake her hand. She's the one. I'll just do it right here. I got the ones.
Nina Barbara Trammell.
Yeah.
Master of Social Work, Amira Akacha, Catherine Jean Anderson. Madison Nicole Bangs. Heaven Marie Arb. Second. Okay. Scott, second. Scott Anthony Barkmeyer. Ruth Naomi Baraka. Barrera. Christina Lynn Barrett. Madison Story Book. Andrea Lauren Boyles. Jade Oceana Byrne. Amber Lynn Brooks. Caitlin N. Christie. Crystal R. Carson. Lindsay K. Damon. Jessica Monique Elvidge. Sonia R. Fay. Rachel Amelia Fulcher. Melissa Ellen Gardner. Sherry Renee Haas. Jennifer Herman. Megan Christine Herford. Larissa King. Alanud Alanazi. Daniel Lorraine Larson. Marianne Lowry Cruz. Caitlin Marie Myers. Damian Sewell Morrow. Kanisha L. Morton. Colleen M. O'Connell. Danielle Ann Oliva. Rachel May Orr. Jasmine Nicole Ortega. Dominique R. Fitzmeyer. Veronica Ray Pitchford. Brian A. Redmond, Jennifer Louise Richardson. Sabrina Elizabeth Ann Robinson. Chloe Elizabeth Rogers. Angela K. Savage. Regan Nicole Schultz. Catherine M. Sears. Lakpa Dolma Sherpa. Kimberly Nicole Stevens. Misty Michelle Stauffer. Audra Lorraine Strolby. Jamie Marie Sturgeon. Christine Marie Tebow. Caitlin Renee White. Joanna Marie Paulins Williams. Haley K. Wynn. Caitlin Marie Zeller. Lindsay Paige Zimmerman. Emily Jean Zolgener.
The master's degree is the highest level of educational attainment in the School of Applied Studies and represents more than 30 academic credit hours of advanced study beyond a bachelor's degree. Today, we are awarding master's degrees to 73 students from the School of Applied Studies in Allied Health, Human Services, Criminal Justice, and Social Work. Please let's give our master's students a round of applause in recognition of this special level of accomplishment. And now, will all candidates for associate degrees and bachelor's degrees please rise? President Farley, those before you and in absentia are candidates for the associate or bachelor's degree. I am pleased to present to you now for the conferring of their degrees those who have completed the requirements and have been recommended by the faculty and will be presented by their academic dean.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of Washburn University, I hereby confer upon those who have completed the requirements the appropriate degree with all the rights, honors, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. Would you please be seated until called?
President Farley, I present to you the candidates for the Associate of Applied Science, the Associate of Arts, the Associate of Science, the Bachelor of Applied Science, the Bachelor of Health Science, the Bachelor of Legal Studies, the Bachelor of Science in Criminal Justice, and the Bachelor of Social Work degrees.
Thank you, Dean. Please come forward as directed by the marshals.
Associates of Arts, Mary Catherine Brown, Kelsey Ann Habig, School of Applied Studies Honors, Marie Elizabeth Hernandez, School of Applied Studies Honors, Associate of Science, Angela Marlene Allen, Nora Louise Applehands, Applied Health Honors. Shayna Michelle Allensworth, Allied Health Honors. Montana Ray Bailey, Applied Health Honors. Danica Cheyenne Baroni, Allied Health Honors. Nicole Marie Becker, Allied Health Honors. Meredith Rose Bender, Allied Health Honors. Alexa Mariah Brown. Mazini Ann Brown. Michaela Shea Cleaver. Matthew Jonathan Coates. Annalie A. Cope. Courtney Ann Copeland, Allied Health Honors. Buffy K. Coucher. Marie S. Dela Cruz. Thomas Michael Dodd. Madeline Faye Draper, Allied Health Honors. Brooke Ashley Engler, Allied Health Honors. Chelsea K. Ezemu, Allied Health Honors. Derek John Furlong. Jordan Nasha Glenn. Maria Alina Guerrero. Samantha Brooke Harrington. Bailey Michelle Harris, Allied Health Honors. Cassidy G. Henry, Allied Health Honors. Shelby Leah Herndon. Zaralise Herrera, Allied Health Honors. Shayla Justine Horns Neely. Adam Aaron Johnson. Courtney Judith Jacobs. Stephanie Faye Jimerson. Zeonde Treve Jones. Thomas Gregory Justice. Colton Walker Kennedy. Brenia Marie Kelsman. Jamie Allison King. Eugenia Marie King, Allied Health Honors. Amber Marie Kopp, Allied Health Honors. Kane G. Lesperance. Haley Lucanato. Desiree K. Marston. Olivia M. Mayberry. Kaylee Becca McAllister. Amanda K. McBride. Tobin Joseph Meyer, School of Applied Studies Honors. Matthew W. Moore. Shelby Joe Moorhead, Allied Health Honors. Mazi Pofu. Michaela L. Mundy. Lori L. Nance. Savannah Marie Nider, Allied Health Honors. Mallory Marie Oberding. Lauren Leah Overcamp, Allied Health Honors. Josiah Timothy Packard, School of Applied Studies Honors. Sarah Elizabeth Packard, Allied Health Honors. Connor Jordan Parks, Allied Health Honors. Lauren Nicole Perry. Caleb Davis Pogue. Regan Marie Prosser, Allied Health Honors. Mariah Nicole Rillinger. Mackenzie Ann Russell, Allied Health Honors. Joshua Stephen Sade, Allied Health Honors. Macy Louise Sanders. Tricia Ellen Seamuck. Brian Seymour. Jennifer Leah Solcombe. Colin Edward Smith. Kyle R. Stapel, Allied Health Honors. Paige Elizabeth Strathman, Allied Health Honors. Rachel R. Suarez, Allied Health Honors. Alicia Rochelle Taylor. Andrea Marie Valez Thompson, Allied Health Honors. Rebecca Lynn Reimer, Allied Health Honors. Piper Marie Wiley, Allied Health Honors. Carly Jean Wilson. Mary Elizabeth Winter.
Bachelor of Applied Science, Trevin Brandon Anderson. Liberty K. Beecham. Rachel Ann Elias, Allied Health Honors. Mariah Rose Felt, Human Services Honors, magna cum laude. Jade Ashley Hartke, Human Services Honors. Brooke Danielle Holder. Cassidy Nicole Howland. Katrina Alexandra Klein, Human Services Honors, magna cum laude. Danielle Joanne Ralph. Edgar Sanchez. Denise Sanders. Cameron Joseph Thomas, Human Services Honors, cum laude. Alexa Ray Unruh, Human Services Honors, cum laude. Caitlin Marie Gale Urban, Human Services Honors. Travis Michael Warner. Michael E. Watkins. Nice. Christopher Michael Watkins, Allied Health Honors, cum laude. Bachelor of Health Science. Justina Danielle Bayless, Allied Health Honors, summa cum laude. Rachel Lou Bookman. Cameron Elizabeth Carter. Ashley Nicole Kaler, Allied Health Honors, summa cum laude. Erin Noel Cavender, Allied Health Honors, cum laude. Casey Rebecca Dugan. Cody Marie Ebert, Allied Health Honors, summa cum laude. Michaela Ann Geether. Leilani Renee Jones. Jamie Lee Kendrick, Allied Health Honors, cum laude. Logan Grace Liewer, Allied Health Honors, magna cum laude. Justine Nicole Mailer. Corey Renee Meyer, Allied Health Honors, magna cum laude. Candace Marie Miles. Caitlin Alice Moore, Allied Health Honors, cum laude. Stacy M. Puthoff. Josie May Roach, Allied Health Honors, magna cum laude. Beatrice Jeruto Sina. Dallas S. Schetzel. Marisa Pauline Snyder. Takia Chanel Suttles. Nicole Pauline Ten Naple. Brandy Joe Unfred. Lindsay Marie Unruh, Allied Health Honors, summa cum laude. Jessica Renee Zabatrisky, Allied Health Honors, cum laude. Jania J. Tremmel.
Bachelors of Legal Studies, Chandler M. Barger. Annamede Diane Dilford, Criminal Justice, Legal Studies Honors, cum laude. Kristen Une Hoffman. Maggie Jo Hutchinson. Luann Liliestrom. Tanya Regina Romero Russell. McKeel Stewart. Kristen Lee Sennett. Joseph Howard Simpson, Criminal Justice Legal Studies Honors, summa cum laude. Nicole Elizabeth Tiefel, cum laude. Bachelor of Criminal Justice. Hannah Marie Baker, Criminal Justice Legal Studies Honors, magna cum laude. Melody F. Baker, Criminal Justice Legal Studies Honors, summa cum laude. Nicholas John Bautista Maggio, Criminal Justice Legal Studies Honors, cum laude. Trevor J. Bollinger, Criminal Justice Legal Studies Honors, summa cum laude. Whitney D. Brooks. Florencio Chavez. December S. Cummings. Grant Austin Davenport. Omar Diastado, cum laude. Emily Victoria Edwards. Dustin M. Engel. Natalie Lynn Ellinger, Criminal Justice Legal Studies Honors, summa cum laude. Alexander James Javelina. Corey Eugene Hurd. Michaela Danielle Hyman. Barry Lee Yeager, Criminal Justice, Legal Studies Honors, magna cum laude. Dawson Blue Knoxta. Dalton Michael Limkel. Kristen Marcus Liewer, Criminal Justice, Legal Studies Honors, summa cum laude. Ian Cullen Mack, Criminal Justice, Legal Studies Honors. Jalea A. Moss. Calvin Dominique Murphy. Rebecca Lynn Phelan. Xavier Norvell Ramos Dickens. Jake David Charles Semasted, Criminal Justice, Legal Studies Honors, cum laude. Dalton A. Sunnycat, cum laude. Madeline Elizabeth Stahlbomer, magna cum laude. Kyle Lane Stokes, Criminal Justice, Legal Studies Honors, magna cum laude. Bradley Estuardo Wagner. Brandon K. Walker, Criminal Justice, Legal Studies Honors. Zachary David Wilson. Marissa Ann Ziegler. Tori Sherelle Cole, Criminal Justice, Legal Studies Honors, magna cum laude. Madeline Elsa Haynes, Criminal Justice, Legal Studies Honors, magna cum laude. I know. Aries Elizabeth Thompson, Criminal Justice, Legal Studies Honors, magna cum laude. Bachelor of Social Work. Megan Marie Brown, cum laude. Brandy Lynn Burnett. Mitchell Allen Carver, magna cum laude. Jaquita Brianna Clark. Deborah M. Crater, cum laude. Amber Renee Dugan, magna cum laude. Kamitha Lashia Fields. Lorena Leticia Gonzalez. Leandra Celeste Ham, summa cum laude. Brian J. Harris, cum laude. Kimberly J. Harish. Margaret Kathleen Hicks, cum laude. Lacey Ann Hubler. Malia Delphina Hooks, cum laude. Zachary Stevens Krug. Ashley LaDawn Lockhart. Lynette Marie Longstaff, cum laude. Jennifer Rebecca Maurer. Danny R. Musselman. Sloan Leah Nicolay. Stephanie Nicole Rayborn, magna cum laude. Morgan Alexis Riley, magna cum laude, Lynx Bonner Scholar. Cassidy Joe Ruggles. Joshua Dale Roloff. Papa Amadou Charles Saul. Sarah Jean Sampson. Caitlin Louise Sanders. Ashley Michelle Storer, cum laude. Alexis Jade Williams. Tabitha Jane Wolf.
We are proud to welcome 167 bachelor degree graduates and 113 associate degree graduates as new alumni of Washburn University. Please let's give our associate and baccalaureate students another round of applause. Before concluding the ceremony, graduates, I would like to underscore that this is a moment of transition. You entered Lee Arena as the final step in completing your requirements for the degree that you're earning now. As you leave today, you begin your exciting future by joining thousands of proud Washburn University alumni. In that regard, it is now my pleasure to introduce Mike Mustaine, President of the Washburn University Alumni Association Board of Directors.
Thank you, Dr. Mazachek. President Farley. On behalf of more than 44,000 living Washburn alumni, I congratulate you on your graduation from Washburn University. You're joining the ranks of alumni from across the nation who all have the same thing in common. We're all Ichabods. Like them, you have developed a permanent and lasting relationship with Washburn. As such, your continued involvement will help shape Washburn for the generations of Ichabods who will follow in your footsteps. Throughout the rest of your life, the Alumni Association will keep you connected to Washburn University and your classmates. Today, our graduation gift to you is a complimentary one-year membership in the Alumni Association. Simply claim it and it's yours. Membership information is outlined on the postcard on your chair. For all you folks in the stands, your family and friends are welcome to join. You don't have to be a Washburn graduate to be a member of the Alumni Association. Being a member of the association is all the fun of college without the homework and tests. I said, no homework, no tests, and it's free. Way to go, brother. Being a member of the Alumni Association is all the fun of college without homework and tests. Don't be afraid to get involved. Be a part of the fun. Your fellow Ichabod alumni will welcome you with open arms. Keep in mind, the university's reputation is built on the success of its graduates. We know you'll go on to do great things and make us proud. On this day of graduation, we wish you happiness, good health, and prosperity. Congratulations, Ichabods.
Will all graduates please rise and remain standing? Okay, before we go to the next part, make sure that your tassel is on the right side of your cap. Congratulations, graduates. As a symbol of your great achievement, please move the tassel to the left side of your mortarboard to indicate your new status as alumni. We conclude the spring 2018 commencement with the singing of the alma mater. The words are located on the inside cover of your program by members of the Washburn Singers, and please remain standing for the recessional. Graduates, family, and friends, we at Washburn wish you the very best in your future.
A song of a prairie's wide, a song of a breezes strong, a song of a pride, the true and the tried, of a college dear, a song. Washburn, Washburn, we love thee well. Ours is the joy, thy praise to swell. With voices free, we'll sing of thee, and ever thy praise will tell. The winds for thee music make, the prairies their strength reveal. Our glorious state, our Kansas great, on thee has set her seal. Washburn, Washburn, we love thee well. Ours is the joy, thy praise to swell. With voices free, we'll sing of thee, and ever thy praise will tell. Thank you.